Gaming and Impact here at SDL 2014 Season 1. So we see some initial bans coming out straight up for the Invoker, the TA, and the Silencer, which is a really interesting first up ban. What do you reckon, Pythons?
Radiant team pick.
Definitely. With the last couple of games, I've actually been seeing Bristleback and AA were the initial bans. I've been hearing actually quite a lot, and in both games we did see them ban every single game, so it is actually quite different to see a couple of different bans come up. Should be an interesting game.
Yeah, and the current meta right now is AA. You get the amateur and even the pub scene following the meta, so having a TA and Silencer as first bans, that's really weird. So I can't wait to see what's coming out on the side of Impact. So the Chen, first pickup for these guys, so we're going to see some great microing skills and some early lane presence for these creeps.
Definitely, I can't wait to see some of those microsing skills that people do possess playing Chen. I myself could not play him if I fell out of a tree. So it's always good to see people play a Chen hero, microing good and that, so yeah.
Yeah, and it is a skill, and it is something that a lot of the Chinese and Korean scenes take very, very seriously. So this is an amateur Brazilian league, so it's going to be interesting to see what these South American guys are going to be all about with their crazier ass micro skills.
Definitely in.
Absolutely. I think we may even see a bit
and
of
Silk is joining us here.
Yep. Hi guys. I think we may actually see a bit of a high damage, high nuke ability team here, given they've got that Silencer and TA ban.
Radiant team pick.
And as I was saying before, Boakley, there's that pick, there's that Bristleback.
Yeah, Bristleback, since they weren't banned out as the usual off-lane ban, he has been picked up. Though, I think it's an interesting stat that in the last few matches, especially in the Dream League, in the professional scene, he has been 0 and 6. So every time he's been picked, all 6 times, he has not won a single game for his team. So yeah, it should be interesting to see whether the Bristleback goes, unhampered, or if they actually contest his farm. And because once a Bristleback falls behind or isn't ahead, you generally get a little bit of issues coming because people can just kite it.
Absolutely. I've also noticed a lot of people see him in the lane when he first rocks up and goes, "Oh no, it's Bristleback. We've got to be careful." Where that's really your best shot to get him. If he walks in level 1, he is going to have Cool Spray, which means he has no back defense whatsoever, so you can jump in and kill him for that first blood.
Yeah, a lot of Bristlebacks now have realized the risk of jumping in with Cool Spray. So a lot of them do go into lane without skilling anything, and then wait and see whether the team's going to be aggressive or not, and then they can do their first level up depending on what they need. If they need the damage reduction of Bristleback initially, because there's a really aggro laning combination, then that's definitely a safer bet, so you can actually survive and get those quick levels and XP that you get in the offlane.
Absolutely.
10 seconds.
I'm definitely thinking though, coming from Impact down bottom though, if you actually have a look at their bans, they have banned some 3 hard, I should say, very carries. So it might pick me up if they pick up an Alchemist.
Reserve time.
Yeah, or a Medusa.
Yeah, Alch could be. Yeah, a Medusa with a hard is one of the hardest carries in the game. It just means that she needs a lot of farm, and if she doesn't get that farm, and isn't allowed to get those big items like the Skadi or the Lincolns or something that increases her overall stats, then yeah, unfortunately she sort of drops off. So we've got the Timbersaw in the offlane, and we're going to see Chen in the jungle, and Kunkka is most likely going to be mid. And on the side of Meth Supa Gaming, they're yet to reveal their cards in terms of their mid hero that's going to be most likely going up against the Kunkka.
Also, the thing is, I was actually waiting to see if they were actually going to pick their offlaner against Timbersaw.
Yeah, well, they could run a
5
Bristleback
seconds
versus
remaining.
Timbersaw, or they could be running a defensive trialing with the Luna, with the
Reserve
Dazzle,
time.
protecting the Luna, making sure that she gets all those last hits with the heals, keeping up any harass that the Timbersaw is going to be throwing Luna's way. It's more common to put your offlane against the solo offlane, and then do a try versus try. So we're yet to see what's going to come out. But with the Chen, who's going to be jungling, he's gonna be most effective in their jungle, in the Radiant's jungle at the bottom. So they might want to run a defensive tri lane on the side of Impact as well, which could mean that the offlanes are going to go up against these scary tri lanes with a Keeper of the Light, who's a very interesting choice.
That gives them a lot of.
I would say Keeper is one brutal hero.
One thing we have to bear in mind here, though,
sure.
is that is a lot of maneuverability. They've
10
got Chen,
seconds
who can send you
remaining.
back to base, and then Coral, who can bring you back out. That's a lot of
5
high-functioning
seconds.
maneuverability.
Oh my! I didn't even realize that. That is an
I just
amazing
picked that up,
combination.
yeah.
Reserve time.
So yeah, the ability to have if your TP scroll is charging up or cooling down, then you have the ability to be sent back to base by Chen or to be brought back out by Keeper of the Light.
Yeah. Well, I think one of the things
10 seconds
they're going to have to be careful with is if they get to post 6 on Keeper before they
Dire
engage,
team pick.
they're not going to get to wear and tear, because Chen will just send them back and Keeper will just bring them back out.
Yeah, and look, with the Lion pickup as well, coming out from Meth Super Gaming, and there's their mid, the Tinker, picked up, and I think we're going to see some great rotation, and that's some maneuverability here with on the side of Meth Gaming to counteract that. Keep right. So, who's going to bring up a storm? The Keeper of the Light support and Chen in the jungle. So Sven has the ability to deal a lot. So I cannot wait to see what comes out from both Impact and
SZ on Dazzle, we have Margaret on Lion, we have Brock on Bristleback, and we have Artemis on Luna. And as you can see at the moment, guys, they are going their straight lanes. Definitely try, go on top, Bristle harden off on his off lane, and Tinker mid.
And if these guys stick out their 5-man grouping, although Bristleback right now is playing it defensively around his tower, we could see a little bit of a jump on him and First Blood coming out.
Definitely.
Now, it looks like they're actually rotating, so they're getting the Sven and the Coddle moving top, so they're going to go on aggro dual lane with a Chen as maybe backup.
Have fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, definitely. It was
maybe they're just planning on applying a little bit of harass and then pulling out once they've got that bit of a lane dominance going.
One of the heroes experience.
Yeah, and the Coddle, I was going to say the Coddle has the ability to call, Chen over, but one, he's not going to be level 6 for a while, and two, if he calls Chen over, he's not going to have his creeps, so that's going to be useless.
That's right. Maybe they're just going to sit him there and use those creeps to make sure their offlane wins. Because they do have Keeper of the Light with Sven stun, so I dare say Chakra Magic and that Sven stun should be enough to keep them in it.
Yeah,
Definitely,
and it's really
definitely.
defensive. The that Coddle wave,
Absolutely.
with the stun as well, is gonna mean that if they get any sort of gank, they got a lot of AOE to push back and harass the team.
That's right. There's nothing worse than having a kill sitting right there and you just can't get it because there's that Illuminate going down and you know you're dead if you get hit.
Yeah, you just have to back out and run, or at least go to the side and try and dodge it.
Yep. I've noticed too, a lot of the games nowadays, people aren't just walking out to their lanes casually. There's always someone trying to do something at the start. Instead of this old, just buy your items, walk to your lane, there's a lot more of this, we'll smoke gank at the start, or we'll try and pick off someone early.
Yeah. So I think that's while they went for that straight up, and we're expecting maybe a meeting here in the bottom forest. Then when they didn't run into the team, they've split off into the lanes to so that they don't miss out on this farm. So do you think staying in that bottom lane, missing out on a little bit of XP and letting Luna and Lion farm up a little bit would be worth it to kill the bristleback straight up?
Probably. Just because, like you said before, if he gets held down, he has a hard time actually becoming a pain. And they do have that Dazzle Weave to go with his Quill Spray, so they don't want him just sitting there Quill Spraying maximum and not being able to kill him. They need to be able to kill him. Or they can't team fight. I think they know Dazzle's coming somehow. I'm not really sure what they're doing here. They're sort of trying to ping to say they want to move down that way.
Yeah, well, we're just sort of waiting to see, is it a... Alright, I think they're all set to go. So in the mid lane with this Tinker and the Kunkka, you gotta give this lane to the Kunkka, I would expect.
Yeah.
Yes and no. I don't know. I was actually looking before, guys. I don't know if you noticed, but MSG were actually quite smart. What they did was buy their tangos and share them to the Tinker, so he's not out of any health. He could buy his Gnarl or Talisman, and he's still got some health.
Yeah, so he's got that regen with that Tango pooling, and that is a great idea for those supports just to help out that mid. And it means with his Gnarl Talisman that he's got a little bit more last hit ability, because he gets that extra base damage thanks to the intelligence increase.
Definitely.
Exactly.
I think that lane is going to...
I'm actually waiting to intercede too if Chen hits the Ancients.
Yeah.
I think he's going to do that pretty quickly.
I think that Tinker lane is quite literally going to come down to if he gets his bottle before those tangos are gone.
And there is a lot of harass that comes out from the Tidebringer, so that is sort of like a slippery slope.
That's right, he needs to get those last hits, get that bottle out. And once he's got the bottle, he'll probably have enough regen if he can sustain rune control to survive. But if he doesn't get it, he's going to have a hard time getting it.
Yeah, so we see the Timbersaw coming up against the Bristleback. So solo lane versus solo lane, they're going to be getting all of the XP. Which I always find, Bristleback and Timbersaw are two of the most popular off-lane heroes, or the solo lane heroes. So who would you give the advantage to in a Timbersaw versus Bristleback?
Well, at the moment, I'm giving it to Timbersaw with his armor. At the moment, Bristleback has not put in any levels in his back armor at all. He's gone for his nasal goo and his spray. He's got no back armor.
My only issue is I'm not sure if Quill Sprays procs it. I don't know. I'll have to do some research and get back to you guys on that one. But if Quill Sprays procs that armor, Timbersaw's going to win easily. But if it doesn't, and Bristleback's smart and doesn't, hit him too much and give him that regen, let him sit in the creeps, then it could go the other way. I think that's
something that'll be interesting to find out, Silk, because the sprills are physical damage.
That's right.
You would expect it to proc it, but maybe there's a little Dota loop that allows for those quills to spray out and Timbersaw not to get that extra regen.
I'm definitely liking how Dazzle's pulled that first line of creeps all the way down to those second creep camp down the bottom. He's done that real well to get that first pull camp all the way back.
I'd also like to comment on the drawing abilities.
Creeps.
I don't.
Very, maximum maturity coming out.
That's right.
From, both teams here on MSG and Impact.
Both are having similar strategy ideas, though.
Win.
Yes, I think this is all these drawings are in the planning stages. So
Yep.
they're going to be moving a lot around the map, going by their drawings.
That personally there, what that person yellow just did, is my pet hate. I have died to that 3 times. Which doesn't sound much.
Scribble.
Yeah, doesn't sound much, but 3 times to scribbles. 3 times more than I'm happy to die to scribble.
That's a fair call. So we're waiting for the line to come back in. What were you gonna
I don't
say,
know if you guys have noticed also, but also too, Line has a smoke and deceit, so it would not surprise me if they keep this lane pulled back enough for them to get a smoke off and to maybe try to get behind the Coddle and Sven and pull off something quick.
Yeah, or even the Kunker. I've seen ganks go behind the Kunker, behind this tower, in the last while. It just seems to be something people are willing to tank towers now because I think people understand the mechanics a bit better.
I believe too that we saw that a couple in the last games.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I wasn't certain.
For Blake and Kyle as well.
Yeah.
They did that. They did a lot of tower push on them doing that, definitely.
Towers are actually very easy to get around if you understand the tower aggro.
Yep.
Like, once you understand the mechanisms, they're not anywhere near the protection people think they are.
Yeah,
Well, I definitely think, guys, a lot of my
creep.
camera action's going to be down in bottom at the moment. I know you guys know I'm going to be looking for that first blood. In my eyes, whoever can take on a Timbersaw and offlane pretty quickly gets me pretty excited. So I'm actually going to be waiting to see if Bristleback can take on a Timbersaw with that reactive armor. So, and I'm actually waiting to see too if that Chen can pull off and see if how quick he'll hit those ancients. Because I think that will make a big upset in his farm as well to help him out a lot, to help for the team.
Yeah, and it's also once he gets a couple of nice creeps to be able to jump in that bottom lane and throw a net or a stun on the Bristleback and help Timbersaw secure the first blood. But for you guys, who are you betting on giving first blood? I should say. Who do you think is going to be dropping first and giving that first blood?
I think Coddle. I think we're going to lose the Keeper of the Light to the Lion, Dazzle and Luna. I think there will be some flanking action going on. It would be nice if they're getting Kunker mid.
I'm gonna take that bet. I'm gonna take that bet. I think Sven and Coddle, they're gonna give him a run for their money. They're gonna try, and I think Sven's gonna save with a stun. Coddle will quickly get out of damage's way and set off a quick beam, and I think they're gonna take the Lion's head out.
Oh yeah.
All right, Lion going to be giving first blood in your opinion. I reckon we're going to see some rotation of that Dazzle and the Lion at probably when they hit level 2 or 3 for each of them, and I think we're going to see maybe a Kunker going down for first blood.
I can see that because that Tinker's sitting on 560 gold right now, and he's still got 2 Tangos left. He's not having any trouble getting that bottle, and he's actually winning in Master.
No, definitely not at all. Yeah, this Tinker is definitely stunned. I can see a little bit. He is starting to struggle just that little bit from that splash from Kunker. It's starting to do him starting to hurt him just a little bit.
Yeah, he's still got a couple of Tangos left to regen that back up. So I think, and he's going to have his bottle in 40 gold. So I think he's actually getting the better of Kunker in this laning situation right now because he's on 8 last hits. Kunker's only on 5.
Oh, we have a little bit of a nice. We did. We had a little bit of a push from Luna. I thought Sven was going to go for an early stun and then get a hit by the tower a couple of times, but he decided not to.
And they do have to play passively at this stage because they are 2v3, so they have one less hero to work with. So with the Sven stun and the Coddle beam, you've got that defensive. Build.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking like it's not going to hurt Sven to throw more stuns out than he needs. He's got Coddle there, just like with a PL thing. If you've got the mana there to throw out them defensive stuns, keep them up. Let the other team know you're not mucking around, and it will keep them pushed off them enough for Sven to farm.
Yeah, exactly right. And like Luna does, she's got some extra last hit ability with her damage aura.
We very nearly saw.
She's hitting for over 80.
We very nearly saw some first blood action in mid just then.
60. Yeah? Ooh,
Yep.
we are seeing the Dazzle. Oh no, he's just warding.
Yep, we
Oh,
had
he's doing
the
his job. He's getting his little Indian wards up there happening.
we had the Kunkka had to pop the salve after the Tinker rocket and laser, and Tinker very nearly died as well, but he had bottle, so he was fine.
So both the mids
That's
being
my
really,
thing.
really
It
aggressive.
is. That's the thing with a
Geek
Tinker. It is
versus
scary.
Underwater.
That laser and rockets. If he gets those things off, you are in some trouble.
Absolutely.
Like, especially too when he
Yeah,
starts
and-
to get a little bit of a march happening. It's just deadly. That is a force to be reckoned with.
I-
It's pretty
I,
much. I look at it. It's sort of like a coddle.
I had the pleasure of getting a
Oh, for
Tinker
sure.
Agnims the other day, and that is brutal.
Oh, the Tinker Ags, I've pretty greedy, but increasing that range on the laser as well as 4 rockets coming out could be, really
Yeah.
interesting for these team ganks that
It's
you
very
use
greedy.
travel to get to.
But yeah, it's good. People walk
Yeah.
into fights and then lose 325 health on 4 people. And the lasers, the double the range on the lasers makes all the difference in the world. It turns them into a long range nuke.
Oh
yeah,
wow.
which it,
Of a mini stun with his ulti, it does damage. And he just can't
Yeah.
with that stun. If you get a lucky enough, you get those stuns off, Tinker can't do much.
that is absolutely true. If he can survive the initial nuke of that laser followed by the rockets, if he can survive that, then he is going to be fine. He's going to be home free.
And I do believe I just saw 2 before, so I'm covering up for Silk here. Yeah, the Quill Spray did not set off the reactive armor for Timbersaw.
Nice. So that's great for Bristleback. So would you give the edge to Bristleback in this matchup then?
I would definitely have to say that now. He's got his 6. He gets damage of everything he does. So I would definitely say Timber might be in some trouble here if that Quill Spray, if Bristle just hits him with that and plays that smart out.
Absolutely, and Bristle is actually
I can't
leading
wait
in
for
last
First
hits at the
Blood
moment.
to be happening. That's
Yep,
well,
definitely.
Luna's doing amazingly well.
Yeah,
Luna's
Luna's
sitting on 29
effectively
last hits, and
uncontested.
Tika's on 21. Yeah, there's not much that Sven can do, and really, you've got 2 guys here who are sharing XP as opposed to the 2 supports popping in every now and then to pull some XP off Luna. But if we have a look at the hero levels right now, we've got the Timbersaw. Oh wow, 4 heroes now are on 6. So we've got Kunkka, Timbersaw, Tinker, and Bristleback, all level 6. Luna's level 5, and the Sven is level 4. So Luna is actually getting the better of this laning phase right now.
Absolutely, it just shows with proper zoning and supports stacking and pulling
Oh,
and
here
doing
comes
their
the
own
Tinker,
thing.
ladies and gentlemen. Tinker's going for a gank down bottom. Oh, he had haste rune. Changed his mind, has he? No, he's looking for Chen.
Yeah, we could see Chen going down with that Tinker. He's pinging the Chen, wanting to get some nasal goo procs or nasal goo stacks on the Chen from the Bristleback. Bristleback's a little bit scared to jump
Oh.
in.
Yeah, I believe they know he's there, ladies
I
and
think
gentlemen.
I think he
they
messed
know
up
he's there.
just
Here
then.
comes
Yeah.
Kunkka. They've called for backup.
Illusion runes procced, and Tinker's going to try and
Dire's middle tower is under fire.
He's microing them
juke
quite
a little
well,
bit with these
actually.
illusions.
He's making it look like each individual one
Oh.
could potentially be him.
Dazzle and Lion have also come down. Looks like they are going to hunt for this first blood. We'll see who gets it, who is the victor.
So that's a 4-man rotation right now for bottom, and we've got 3 guys to answer it: the Chen and the Timbersaw with backup from the Kunkka. So I think they've got the tower on their side, so it's almost an even matchup with the 4v3. with
Yep,
the
and I
tower.
don't think they're willing to
And
dive
Tinker's
that.
just going to rotate back. Yeah.
Having said that, they
I think
probably
too,
could
why
with the
Keeper
Shallow
and
Grave.
Sven have top. I think Keeper and Sven need to push top at the moment. Why they can see that there is only the one up there. Definitely Keeper needs to push this lane back and get some hits on that tower again.
And on the Luna, because she has no support right now.
So many cheeky denies off the Luna.
Bomb's gone missing, just so's you know.
Now the Dazzle and the Lion slowly legging their way back up the top lane.
Middle tower is not safe.
Under that ineffective
It's
rotation.
good to see. It's good to see a little bit of Timber too. Timber's in the jungle, helping Chen out with his farm, getting those creeps down to a low enough for Chen to get those last hits. Chen has arcane
it does make
boots.
the farming process. Chen's arcane as well as Timber Source, so that's a lot of mana regen on the side of Impact that they can make sure that they're able to cast. And with the Coddle as well, with his Chakra Magic, they're not going to be...
Oh, here it comes!
The rotation.
Oh,
Yep.
there's the stun.
First blood on the Coddle.
First blood on the Keeper.
Oh, and who was that the Silk? Did you just win that bet?
Yes, I did.
Yes, I believe he did. Oh, that look at Lion. He was under half. He was going to pay the ultimate price.
Actually, that's what I was going to say
The
before.
winner of our first blood bet.
When you've got solid people who can only support, so for example, say you've got the
I'm
Lion.
just going to go down here.
Oh, beautiful
Actually,
boat by
ulti,
Kunkka. They're going for the double kill. Oh no!
Oh, the Tinker
Tinker's-
lasers.
oh,
to
wow.
get his butt out of there because he is low, he has no mana, and he is slowly losing a little bit of health.
That was a boat and a half
the-
from Kunkka. Set that up perfectly. Came in. Ultimate.
Silk, what was that the health reduction that Sven was just experiencing?
Dyer's middle
Dazzle's
tower
poison.
is under attack.
Was it?
I'm not sure. I know
believe
Timbersaw
it
can.
was. I think
Timbersaw
Dazzle
reduces
hit him
stats
with
with his Swirling Death,
Dyer's middle
but
tower
I'm
is
not
under
sure
fire.
where the health reduction might have come from.
Yeah, because I saw his
Dazzle
health
hit him.
down, but I didn't see any. Yeah, you saw Dazzle with the with
I
the
saw
poison touch.
Dazzle just hit him, yeah, with a hit, but I don't know if that was a poison touch. I saw a Dazzle throw. He could have, and my eyes could be deceiving me, but I know he hit him, but I don't know what with.
Well, I'm really interested to find this out. So, Silk, would you be able to have a quick look at the combat log and see
Yeah,
if
sure.
If Dazzle actually got a hit on the Sven? Because otherwise, there's a mechanic here that I have no idea what's going on, and that worries me. Don't like not knowing things about Dota.
That's right.
I do say, guys, if you look at it, look where Tinker is. He is hunting for...
Is under attack.
Indeed. Here comes quickly Dazzle here into the retreat to help Bristleback. Oh, we have a
That is
stand
not
coming
a
off from Sven up top. We have a Kunkka with the boat going
Another
in.
boat.
Oh.
And, just misses on the Luna. Bad luck
Just
to that
definitely.
Kunkka. It was so incredibly close. He gets his mana
Oh,
regen.
Lion just
Oh.
paid with his life. I told you with the
Oh,
splash.
That splash damage, so good. And my
Definitely.
favorite thing about it is it hits invis units.
Yes, 100%. You cannot have something better than that. Also, too, it's going to be exciting to see if this Kunkka goes for the double Daedalus.
Double Daedalus, that is such a greedy
One
build,
of
but
the
I think we're going to see a
heroes
Daedalus coming out.
experience
Now,
some
Coddle has
technical
DC'd, so we're going to see a little bit of a pause, I think, coming out from Impact. Now, in terms of net worth, Luna is doing really, really well. She got the good end of the stick here in that laning phase. So she's sitting on just under 4.5k in terms of net worth, and she's almost 1,000 ahead of the nearest person, which in fact is
Definitely.
on his team, or her team as well, which is the Tinker, and then the Bristleback. So the top 3 net worth coming from MSG. So they're in a great position coming into this, transitioning into this mid-game setting.
Wow.
And we're going to see
Well, when you
some-
look at
some
it,
great
guys,
items coming up.
Luna has 60 last hits, 12 denies. Sven only has 7 last hits. This is deeply affecting the Sven. If he doesn't start picking up his game a bit, we might see here a Sven falling a bit too far behind to come back.
And you know what the most worrying part is on the side of Impact? Their most farmed hero right now is Chen, sitting on 3k. So if your support is more farmed than any other hero, you have some issues right now.
I
Definitely,
think I worked out what
definitely, I
that
would say
Sven
that
thing
was
was.
Yeah?
I'm not 100% certain because the combat log didn't want to work for me properly, but I think it may have been the boat. So when Kunkka's ghost ship goes down, you get delayed damage by 3 seconds. And once that debuff finishes, you have to be hit with the remainder of the damage. It can't reduce your health below 1, but it can bring it to 1. So if there was a ghost ship involved, that would have been it.
I had no idea about that extra stat on the boat.
Absolutely, it's actually really effective. Like, for example,
the boat actually deals damage to friendly units.
Sort of. It stops them taking damage. Like, so say I do 300 damage to you, you won't hit that 300 damage won't hit you until 3 seconds later.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so it's like you're drunk. You stub your toe and you don't realise until.
Mechanic.
Yeah, it's actually really effective when you're being ganked as well. Quite often when I'm being ganked, I'll throw my boat out here and then run up here to my safe place, and you've got to be able to kill me within a really, really high amount of burst damage, or I just get to have the delayed damage and have my health constantly tick to 1.
Well, that is awesome to know that in future references.
Yeah, it's one of the things that makes Kunkka strong. Also, in team fights and that. It's a very undernoted thing.
Also, to tell you too, guys, down at bottom, Bristle has got the edge at the moment. He has his Vanguard finished. Timbersaw only has his Arcane, his Ring of Health. So the hits that Timber are starting to lay out aren't doing as much damage I think Timber's hoping for.
I would
so
like...
it's seeing at the moment, Bristleback just has that little bit of advantage.
That's right. I would like, given Chen and the Timbersaw both have the mana boots, I would like to see a little bit of aggression out of the Timbersaw. Just to try and push that Bristleback out, because Timbersaw does have some very high burst damage. So if he can get out with a nice Timber Chain, do another one, and get a Chakram out, that is enough to send Bristleback back to base. And I think he can seize a little bit of that lane control.
Yeah, and Chen's coming in right now with 3 creeps in tow, so we might see at least a Tau push, if not a bit of aggression on this Bristleback. But looking at the item progression so far, Tinker already has his Boots of Travels up and running, so he is set to be moving around the map and being a menace in terms of team fight. And then once he gets his levels up his ulti, he'll be able to start rotating around and pushing multiple lanes almost at once. The Ogre Club is coming out on the side of Sven, so whether we're going to see just a plain Ogre Club for that extra strength, or we're going to see it built into a BKB, we'll just have to see.
That's right. We do have the level 6 on the Keeper of the Light now, so we might see some of those high, quick rotations.
Well, I'm seeing down bottom, definitely. I think Chen is waiting to get this stun off on the Bristleback. He's come down into lane to help Timbersaw, sorry, to get that little bit of an edge. I think as soon as he can get that stun off with that clap, I think they're going to try and do it and hit some burst damage onto Bristle. Although Dazzle's now just came down to bottom.
One thing that will be nice to see is we got 3 as well. The pure damage from the Timber Chain. I'm not sure if that's going to apply like 100% of the damage if it hits Timbersaw in the back. I don't actually know how that mechanic works either.
As far as I know, pure damage isn't reduced with any.
Oh, guys, we have game up top. Oh, we have a beautiful move from Keeper and took out Lion's Life with them chasing. That was a beautiful move by the Keeper. He stood back and waited for it.
And he's got 2
what
low
is he
heroes
planning
right
on
now.
doing?
He can manage to zap down. He wants to get the Keeper, which I think was the wrong one to go on, because he had the most health out of all 3. He was the squishiest, but he's still trying to go for the
He's playing smart. If Tinker is smart, he will just hold back. He tried his chance, he missed it. I think he's just going to
leave and come
back. Let
it
go, and go back, fight another day.
I think that was mainly just to keep people out in the lanes.
That was some beautiful work, though, by Impact up top.
It's interesting he chose to use Hand of God to keep them in lane, though, because that is a very expensive cooldown. 160 seconds without another Hand of God.
Yeah, and Hand of God's going to be down, for 140 seconds. So to avoid them going back to base, do you think it's worth it? They are behind in farm, so they do need to make sure that they get as much farm as possible.
Oh, we're going to see the Tinker go down in mid.
With a beautiful boat off on Tinker.
He needs to get that laser down. There we go, and he will TP out.
Beautiful save by Dazzle.
Another thing of note, there's a lot of weird mechanics in this game. The lasers from Tinker. So if he lasers someone, they don't get to hit for 3 seconds at every single 100% mischance. So he is hard to finish off.
That's brilliant. Unknown or sort of not well known mechanics to a lot of these abilities.
I would have to say though, Dazzle is in the books at the moment for being MVP with these saves he is doing. He is saving MSG's heroes quite a few times.
He's being exactly where he needs to be every time. And whenever there's a gank going on any of his heroes, he's there to back them up and provide those heals.
I said he's the first one there every time. At the moment, my MVP is starting to stick with Dazzle at this point in time.
Yeah, he's doing great things for his team right now.
This Luna up top with a beautiful, amazing on farm. 85 last hits, 15 denies. She is towering Impact's top team at the moment.
We got a smoke up happening with in mid, heading bottom. Tinker is leading the way. They might get a courier snipe here.
I was going to say, Tinker.
Is in the wrong end of business.
No, they're going for that first blood. I don't think they. It's only Observer. Oh, here Tinker goes.
Gets the zap on the Chen. He wants Chen's blood. He's always going for the...
Bristle's going for it. Bristle is not stopping.
We get the extra damage coming out from the Chen, but there's no backup for that. So Bristleback's going to turn around, head out. Lion is looking...
Oh, he
we're going to rotate from the Conker. The boat's going to come down. Double kill for Conker. No.
Dazzle gets a shallow grave off right at the last second. I don't think it's going to be enough for him to get out.
Save! The save from Dazzle. I tell ya, MVP in my books is going to Dazzle. He's not missing a beat. Most players in that circumstances there will freak out a little bit. Don't even bother to shallow grave themselves. They know they're going to die. This Dazzle didn't. He put it on, 110%, kept going for it.
Absolutely, and it's all about buying time.
And,
you never know what's going to happen next.
Getting that small window and managing to get the shallow grave off is really well played from him. So, although he still dropped, he did everything in his power to make sure that he tried and survived and extended that team fight just that little bit.
Absolutely, because all of that time is wasted.
And we see here Bristleback is going for his cloak.
Yeah, but extending team fights is great. If you're the last person alive and you can't get out, it's a great way to just waste that little bit more time, make it so they can't push off what they've just done. And I mean, a great example of it is last night. We were actually in a game with most of the Four States crew, and Undying and myself on Clockwork managed to extend a fight long enough that Death Prophet managed to then come back down and kill everyone.
I insta-spawned with my Bloodstone. It was so good. Yep. I know Boots of Travel, so it was just right back in the fight.
That's right. Just that kiting around. We knew we were dead, but we're like, we'll just keep him busy.
Well, in talking about playing games last night, while you were enjoying the lovely guides of Dota gaming, I was playing with my PC to God knows what time, defragging it, disk cleanup, ripping it apart from God knows what to end. So at the moment I've had no lag. I did a bot game this morning, everybody. The computer was still alive, but we will see later on when I play an actual game to see if lag kills me.
We might see the Coddle go down here.
Go to the computer shop.
Yep, the Coddle's down.
Coddle gets a massive amount of burst damage and he just explodes. The little creepy old man piece.
That Tinker.
I'm actually having trouble remembering.
Tinker is starting to hit impact.
I can see why they wanted the TA band on the IPC side, because a lot of what they've got is one-shot damage. It's boom, that's your damage done. None of this, no dots, nothing to wear the refraction out. Yep. So if Kunkka would have lost mid to a TA. But aside from that, it's like Sven stuns get absorbed. It's not nice.
So they wanted to make sure that they could get those stuns and that damage on with the burst and the nuke.
It's quite interesting to see also too that Timbersaw and that they quickly came up from that bottom to defend that top tower, and Tinker's just taken mid very simply. Oh, a beautiful illuminate by Keeper, and that just took out some of Luna's health.
Also, you know how you were talking about the Lion having that smoke at top? One thing I forgot to bring up, you can actually dodge some attacks with smoke now, if you time it right. So for example, say the Luna's here, and you throw a Sven stun, but you lose vision. If Lion pops the smoke, it'll, I don't think it will actually with the Sven stun, because Sven stun goes through invisibility and blink, but if it wasn't the Sven stun...
Oh, not anymore, that's actually been changed. You can dodge the Sven stun now.
Cool. Well, in that case, it works.
I was going to say there is a bit of,
But yeah, if Lion pops the smoke, the stun actually gets disjointed and doesn't kill her.
Oh wow.
That's a brilliant strat for some advanced play techniques here.
Definitely. And as you can see, guys, I believe, as I just said, Tinker is starting to get his little march of armies going, and it is starting to pull back those creeps quite a bit. So we're going to see a lot more pushing starting to happen now from the Tinker.
Definitely. You do need
And
to
he's
sit on
gonna
top of
rotate
Tinkers
straight
early.
top.
I think it's very important to kill them before
Yeah.
they get those beats of travel. You want them to get them about now, not at the 15-minute mark, or they just have the presence that this
Yeah.
Tinker's been having.
Yeah, definitely. As I said,
he's
he's
got
got
2
2
grand
grand now. He is starting to just tower along now. If they don't shut this Tinker down, I might think they're going to pay the penalty.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
That's
what
why
I think
the
we're gonna
acronyms
see
is so
straight up, I think
viable.
we're going to see is Hexic.
Yeah. Because I mean, with the acronyms, you can just do that. You can take a whole lane's farm, go back to base, go to another lane, get a whole lane's farm.
Blink
We
Dagger
got
is
Impact
up.
taking
Yep.
MSG's bottom's tower.
That's
There
gonna
we
make
go.
it.
First tower taken.
It's gonna be very hard to kill that Tinker now with that blink dagger on.
Yeah, having a Blink Dagger means that he can come in, pop out a couple of March of the Machines, and then blink into trees, and he's going to be absolutely safe to TP out back to base and regen up.
Definitely. There he goes. Definitely, as you just said, guys, straight into that plan, blink straight to the trees. He is on mark right now, and I think Impact are starting to realise they need to get this Tinker and they need to shut him down now.
Yep. Well, their
Yeah,
Sven's
even
still
if they do
on
focus
18
the
last
Tinker,
hits though.
This Luna, the whole time is going to be farming.
Yep. And like I said, their Sven's still on 18 last hits. The value of Sven is the speed in which he can get up and do obscene amounts of right-click damage. So, like, you know, all you need is that BKB, the Mask of Madness, and you're done. You can carry with that. But unfortunately, I don't think he got enough cover.
In saying that too, though, the build that I usually go with, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people stick with it, he's behind. He's in the 23-minute mark.
Yep.
He does not have his BKB. He does not have even a morbid mask of his Mask Madness. They need to do something with Sven to get his farm up, or they're in some deep trouble when it comes into burst damage. They will not have a Sven really much in there to do much at all.
Not at all. And
He's
that
looking
pipe's
kinda
almost
like
finished on the Bristleback.
a support Sven right now.
Yep.
He's just got a bracer and a
Definitely.
Club, that's it.
Yep. Actually, that was the other thing I was going to point out. Kunkka has a bracer, right? But because of his obscene 3 strength gain... Oh, we're seeing...
Oh, there it
Luna
goes
Buff,
for
the
the
ulti, she's going to
blood.
drop down though. Does a little bit of right-click damage. Line's going to
Oh.
pop out the stun.
Oh,
Goes
Line
through.
gets the
down
finger.
goes the Sven. He's exploded.
Here comes the
Boat
boat.
out,
Perfect
but
boat. Beautiful.
Great
Beautiful.
stun on the
Awesome
Bristleback
grade.
there.
Dazzle with the
play,
save with the shadow.
Shallow grey. Great job from the Dazzle. Line's going to drop down as well, so that's going to be a 2-for-2 trade. But that's 2 cores, the Timbersaw and the Sven, going down for Luna and a support.
Beautiful
So I
blink
think
into the
MSG
trees for the Tinker.
shout out to the
Yeah, I think
Coddle,
MSG's going to
too.
be able to get out.
He had his Illuminate and he actually triggered it early while running away at like 100 health
did.
to kill the lion.
Yeah, I saw that. I did see that. Yeah, I thought he let that go too early.
Yeah, he got the line with it though. So
You see here Chen pushing mid. Chen pulled off. It might have been smart for Chen to push that middle tower while they're also pushing top. They could have got 2 towers here.
The top tower's looking really, really unhealthy on the side of MSG. so they're
Kunkka
trying
is
to defend that
just
as much as
waiting,
they
I
can.
believe, guys. If you look, Kunkka is waiting to set up a perfect boat.
we are only
Yeah, he's got it
1,000
ready,
gold from a
waiting,
BKB
and
on
this
the
could
Luna.
be-
So I think they may
Ooh,
just
so
play it
once
safe
that
till
comes
then.
That is
online,
gonna
that's
make a
gonna be
game changer.
really hard. Yeah, that's going to be hard for Impact to actually make any sort of impact on this game. The Illuminate doesn't hit anybody. Timbersaw's
Oh,
trading in.
Timber
He
is
right in the
caught
middle
out.
of the
He is
fight.
caught out too far
Yep,
indeed.
down pops a boat.
I think
He's
the
gonna hit
Kunkka-
2 heroes
oh.
with that, but there is no backup. And
Kunkka-
there's Telegrave coming
yeah.
out of the Lion. Kunkka is going to go down.
Oh,
Couple more
Kunkka
missiles.
got silenced.
That boat saved
That-
him again. That boat debuff. He actually
Yeah,
took more
definitely.
damage than it showed there because he got brought down to 0, to 1, and then just never actually got down to that final tick.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, that Tinker, he's going to get that Kunkka. Oh, there it comes. Oh, beautiful plays by the Kunkka with the Shadow Blade that came up.
Radiant's bottom tower has a nasty
Shed gets
situation.
his mech to increase that health. And I think Kunkka really needs to head back to base. I don't think he should be heading back in. Look, he's got his team, but I don't think he should be heading back in with 1/3 of his health.
No. We've got here, Sven has about 14 grand in his bank. I wonder to see if he's going to pick up his Morbid Mask now, or if he's going to go for his BKB, which I think he might be doing.
I think he's going to go Mithril Hammer.
With that bracer pickup though,
he really needs to
on the Kunkka, I noticed before he actually had 1500 health by like 12 minutes with the bracer pickup. 15 minutes, I think it might have been. Because of that obscene strength gain, he already gets 3 strength per level. Then you add on the bracer. He's very tanky, very early.
Radiant's bottom.
Oh no, he is. He picked up right what he needed to do. The first thing you pick up are just your plain brown boots of speed, your ochre club, and your bracer. That's the first 3 things you do pick up for this event. But he's just a bit behind on picking up, I think, his Morbid Mask, and that. So I think he went, I think, straight for his treads to give him a bit more of attack speed, and again, a bit more of a strength, and to help him out a bit. But
we're going to see a nice Luna ulti come down. BKB.
He does.
There's nothing they can do.
Massive
no, he's not worrying about it.
We've got save on the Chen. It's going to keep everyone alive a little bit longer. Luna's trying to right-click Sven, but he's going to get out. Chen is still hanging around.
Yeah,
he's still got a mech that he can pop. Oh, sorry, mech's already been done.
This Timber's chasing.
There we go. A little bit too much of a bounce back there, I think.
A little bit too deep.
It is very easy to do that. Once you've made the once you've engaged on a team, the team's engaged on you, and they've done everything they've got. It is very easy to go, oh, they've got nothing, and turn around and get back. But you do have to factor in the right-click damage.
Definitely. Well, I do believe, guys, this Luna is powering along. BKB helped her so much then. She's already got a Yasha. She's got 1500. She's going for her Manta. I don't think it's going to be long before we see Luna with a Manta. This Luna is getting fed, and she's getting fed quick.
Yep. She is 4k ahead of the Kunkka, the nearest net worth leader on the side of Impact. So 4k ahead of your nearest contender. That is something that you don't want a Luna to be that far ahead.
No. We've also seen too. We have Tinker here. He's gone for the Dagon, so he is going just for this instant burst damage. He wants to kill and kill quickly.
I think the plan with that is possibly to find that Chen and shut him down before the mech goes off and they all heal. Just focus him down with those lasers.
Chen's going to be getting his Ag Scepter, which I don't know if I agree with because he's not getting any sort of aura support items for his team, and he does have a lot of gold. He's the second richest on his team, so he should be investing in these team fight aura items rather than just going for that Ag Scepter, which is a really expensive increase to his
definitely
heal.
I thought he'd be going for a pipe or some sort of to help with that magic damage.
The only reason I can think you would do that is perhaps they're going for constant team fight. If they want to team fight constantly, having that 30-second cooldown on Hand of God might be worth it.
And definitely with the upgrade of the heal as well.
But only if you're going to be fighting consistently and consecutively.
He's only 1,000 away, so we'll have to see whether they turn really aggressive once he gets the last part of his.
Because otherwise, I would
up and running.
That's right. Otherwise, I'd have to say that you're right. He needs that aura items to help win those team fights. Otherwise, if they're planning on fighting consecutively while people are down and stuff, I can understand. But otherwise, I agree. I don't see where that's going.
Well, it's good to see now people that Tinker has just pushed that bottom tower. Tinker is powering along with those march of his army. Up top here, we're going up with a smoke gank with MSG. They're going to try to pick off a couple of the Impact players. Bristleback has now, I believe he's starting to pick up money for his heart. He has his Vanguard complete, his pipe complete for his team. He's now going for that tank.
One thing I'm actually finding quite funny.
Her Yasha and her...
oh, wow.
Yeah, go for it.
I was just saying, a lot of teams are actually... smoke ganking at exactly the right time these days because everyone is on such a sync of they know exactly when in the game it's required. So you quite often get both these teams trying to plan out their smoke ganks at once. Like Kunkka was saying they wanted to gank round that way. Kind of held control there and it did weird things.
And you can just see these simultaneous rotations of
exactly.
The Radiant trying to find the Dire trying to find the Radiant, and they just miss out completely on each other.
Yeah, we saw that.
Tinker's just upgraded his Dagon to level 2.
Oh,
Keeper
wow.
has a Scythe of Vice.
Keeper has Scythe of Vice.
Scepter,
Yules. Okay. I was going to say,
USA,
wow,
yeah.
his farm came out of nowhere.
I know. I was going to just say that's why I looked at. I put it over my mouse and it come up with it. I'm like, hang on, no, that's got to be glitched. And I put my mouse back over it.
We are seeing a bit
Don't
of
worry, the
aggression.
computer is
from
not lagging, people.
them.
Definitely, they are pushing.
Yeah.
Impact. No. If they do not get this push out, they are in deep trouble, and they won't be able to come back from it. With Tinker's amazing push ability, Luna's amazing farm, she has her Manta style. Bristleback is slowly getting that money for Heart. Lion is coming up now. I think he's starting to get his Aghanim Scepter. He's a very behind farm. Impact need to do something, and fast.
Another thing to note
31
is
minutes in the match, and Luna is almost 6 slotted.
Yeah. The other thing they have to watch, though, is that March of the Machines, even once they get the BKB up on the Sven, that goes through magical immunity. He will still be hit by the March. So if
Absolutely.
even in the worst case scenario, Tinker can just sit back and march, and Sven will get eaten alive.
Well, Kunka does have 1,800 in the bank. I believe he might be saving up to go for his Demon Edge first, which a lot of people seem to do at the moment to get that extra 24 damage before they get their crystals.
I'm in the other camp. I like having that extra crit just because I'm a bit of a gambler. I like to get those lucky crits.
I do as well. Yeah.
But I guess it's easier to buy Crystallis in parts than it is a Demon Edge. So if you've got the money, you may as well buy.
Yeah, the general rule of item buying in Dota is to buy the most expensive thing first if you can afford it.
Yep. I'm a big fan of the
he's
quick
definitely
buy.
waiting and paying off. He wants it.
Yep. I was actually saying the other day.
Also me too.
I run a lot of my item progression by I'll have my ideal item just up in the shop. Oh, we've got a smoke gank going on in the
Yeah, Smoke
Dire
they're
jungle.
going to run into...
Oh, he's going to pick it off.
They're
Oh.
able to go on. Timbersaw poked his head a little bit
Timbersaw.
too far.
Oh, there he comes with it.
Oh. Drops his ulti. Boat
Damn.
coming in.
Brilliant boat.
Four-man boat happening. Down drops the Lion. All of them are looking pretty low. Sven got another healing. Trying to keep these guys around. Yules gets popped.
Bristle's not stopping. Bristle is staying there. He is pumping it.
That was that march.
Oh.
That march. This is the brutality on that march.
Yeah, wow, guys. I don't think I just saw it with my own eyes. Bristle bought a Hyperstone. He is not going for... Going, I believe, for AC.
We're going to have an AC online
Radiant's
very soon, I
bottom
think.
tower has a nasty situation.
We're going to get 2 towers here for
Well, I do
MSG.
believe, too, guys, that Chen hit that ulti too soon.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Yes, I agree. I think
He-
possibly
Chen
the
panicked.
Timbersaw was gone. And they possibly needed to just let the Timbersaw go and then engage and use the ulti partway through.
Yeah.
But having said that march, just the
Because
brutality
Sven was
on that
already
march.
so low. Yeah, Sven was so low and he could have used that health and it might have made something a little bit different happen. But Chen using that ulti that little bit too early, that has made them pay the ultimate price of a top tower.
And that evens up the tower situation for the Radiant and the Dire. They've just got their tier 2s left protecting their high ground on both sides. So towers are even, but if we take a look at the XP and the gold graph, it is severely in MSG's favor. If we have a look at XP, they are over 10,000 XP in the lead, and the gold situation not as dire, but it's 7.5 grand in the bank for MSG above Impact.
Luna's sitting there on a casual 218 last hits.
Tinker has Dagon 3, and I believe he's about to pick up Dagon 4. Maybe he has 1,500 bucks in the account. I don't know if he's noticed it or not, but
Yep,
I
there we
do
go.
believe he's going to see. There he goes, Dagon 4. Burst damage complete. Tinker will be marching, I believe. Maybe he might go down bottom and try to push a bit more.
I would actually like to see a
He's thinking.
Satanic on this Luna next, just because they don't actually have enough stun lockdown. So if she BKBs through all their initial fight, and then you've got the Sven and the Kunkka as the only remaining stuns, if Luna BKB runs out, she can effectively 3 or 4 v1 with that Satanic.
Definitely. Well, I do believe she's going for it, Silk. She has 2-6 in her account. I do believe she's getting that Reaver.
Yeah. Actually, what I was saying before was, a lot of the time I run my item progression by, I have my desired item in my just standard shop. You know, you click it and have it up, and what my backup item is in my quick buy. So when I die, I just don't lose that obscene amount of gold. when it's possible. You can't always do that.
You make sure you make that purchase before you drop.
Yep.
Well, as I was right before, guys, Tinker came down bottom. He was going to push that tower. Impact knew what he was going to do. They came down bottom pretty quickly to get him pressure off that tower. He's trying to hold him back from getting that extra gold because, as Impact already know, they are a little bit behind. Oh, I shouldn't say a little. I should say a fair bit behind now. So they're definitely trying to pick it up a bit. They're travelling in at least 4 now at the moment, with Keeper struggling a little bit behind at the moment. But I think they're going to stay as a 5.
That's okay.
They really need to stick as a team, but the only chance that these guys have to come back into this game, I feel, is to sneak a Rosh, because I don't think they can win a team fight at this stage.
No, and I think they need to sneak a Rosh and then win a team fight and then fight again.
Exactly.
While that Luna ulti's down.
Well, they need to be careful. Sven almost does have his BKB, but if they get caught up, I don't know if he'll get it.
But I think the other thing IPCT might be better off remembering is that MSG's not stuck in the game with them. It's the other way around. They're stuck in the game with MSG. So they need to push and finish.
Definitely.
Because MSG's got better scaling support, they've got better carry. They've just got more damage all round.
And at the moment with this Bristleback tanking, definitely. Bristleback now has his plate mail. That armor is starting to power along for him.
Yep, and he's almost going to have AC. They need to fight before that comes online.
Oh, Dagon level 5 on Tinker.
Yep.
Wow! Oh my god, Silk!
I said I
Luna
wanted the
did
Satanic.
Luna went for
she
an
went
Eagle
the
song.
Eagle song, yep. She's like, I hear your Satanic, I raise you a butterfly. And I can't say I disagree.
She wants the damage.
I can't say I disagree. It was just my OCD coming out. I wanted the item finished.
Whoa! And by the looks of it, guys, no.
Sitting there
Yep, that's right.
It looks like Kunker changed his mind. Kunker bought the Chrysalis and went for the Claymore. He's going for his Battle Fury.
Yep.
I think that was a good decision for him, because with getting the Chrysalis, I think he was saving for the Demon Edge, but when they were losing that team fight, he quick bought the Chrysalis before he died.
And I think that's good, because they could use a little bit of luck, really. They get that lucky crit on a couple of people, that could be really good for them. And once you've got the Crystallis, it is worth having the Battle Fury for the extra cleave crit. So even if your Tidebringer is down.
38-minute BKB coming from the Sven finally gets it up and running.
I think they learned a hard lesson
very today. But as I must say again, guys, there might be a nice little impact bottom here going down. They might interact and go for a fight, but my MVP is still staying with that Dazzle. He has given them 100% map control.
They are focusing the Bristleback though, which I'm not sure is the right call. A shallow grave Bristleback is not the person I would be hitting.
Sven, we get the ulti top down.
Sven is just going. Oh, there he goes with the splash.
Massive Dagon from the Tinker.
Wow.
We did get a crit cleave there, but not enough.
What a beautiful Illuminate.
This Coddle's gonna go down.
I'm a little bit surprised they targeted the Bristle.
Both team, Impact and MSG, beautiful fight there. Again, Impact just
We're going to lose the Chen too.
Luna with low health.
There we go.
Still powering along.
Rampage for the Luna, because she needed more money.
Artemis.
She needed more money. She didn't have enough.
I'm sorry to tell you guys, but this Dazzle just kept Luna alive once again. He has been on march every single time. Full map control.
That's
MVP's
right.
going to Dazzle.
That's something that really surprised me during that team fight. We had the Sven focusing on the Bristleback the whole time, who has massive amounts of armor. He also had Shallow Grave on, so they were never actually going to get below the below the 1 health.
No, not at all.
And I think that did let them down. The target choice didn't help them.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They need to make sure that Luna goes down.
Sven should have been probably trying to concentrate on Luna.
Yeah.
Punks is really struggling. Like, when you have a game like this where your carry is sitting on a Treads BKB Embracer, and the enemy's carry is sitting on a
Six slot.
BKB Meta, Satan, Dominator, and
Butterfly's just been complete.
Yeah, I personally would have
finishes off his Battle
looked
Fury.
at Luna this fight and gone, she has an Eagle Song, Butterfly's not far away, let's kill her while we can. And focused her down.
Yeah.
The other thing is too, she's also the highest level, and when you're in games like this and you're behind, sometimes it's worth losing the team to get a kill on that higher level person. because then everyone gets that nice little bit of level jump. If you've got people pre-16, like they do with the Chen, they want that Chen to get to 16 ASAP, so they get the extra Hand of God. They want the Sven to get above level 11. It is worth losing a team when you've got no money and you've got no levels, so there's nothing to hand them. It is worth losing the team for that extra XP advantage.
Yep, all Bristlebacks needs now is his recipe to finish off his Assault Curious. We have Lion up top, who is struggling. He's slowly getting his Agnum Scepter. Slowly, still making a nice big impact for MSG in the team fights. We have Dazzle again picking up Ward to add a smoke. Still going along, powering along, holding that map control, which is most important, I must say. Map control wins games.
Yeah. The other thing,
that's just a necessity from support.
That's right.
So, you sacrifice your gold for your team to actually get that vision and get those ganks, and even just stop
and early kills.
Yeah, that's right. And the other thing is too, it only takes one gank on you dying as a result of not having the vision, and you've just lost like 2 sets of wards. So
or lost the game because
you could lose the game
playing with you, Silk. We've had the game, boom.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than dying as a carry, looking at their shop and going, there's 2 sets of observer wards sitting there on cooldown.
Oh, here we have it happen again. Going for a Roshan.
Yep, we got a rush going in. This could be their key if they manage to get that turnaround. Nah, they're not doing it. And that's the other thing. Teams like this, like MSG, when they're ahead, it's sometimes not actually in their favour to Rosh. Because they're not ahead by enough to guarantee that they can win the fight if the boat's initiated and they don't know. And losing a fight could actually cost them a lot.
A good boat coming in from Kunkka could really make a team fight.
And a team wipe here could pay off.
Clumping themselves in the rush pit, definitely not what they want.
That's right. I mean, you just got to evaluate it. If you think you can win the fight, even if they engage. Like, I've done it plenty of times. I've been on Juggernaut and been like, if they want me, they can come and get me. Because I'm more than happy to fight them just them. But yeah, you got to factor in what you've got.
Well, this Timbersaw has his Bloodstone now. He's trying to go for his BKB. He's got his club, but we'll have to see what the outcome is.
So both Pythons, what do you guys think Impact should be doing to actually get back in this game? What do you think are their limited options right now to pull a win from this severe lead that MSG currently has?
Well, my suggestion would be they need to get Sven fatter than a lady on her birthday.
They need to get this Chen
so far behind.
Chen needs to leave the jungle and let Sven have it, because Sven is getting ganked wherever he goes.
Yeah.
Chen doesn't need any more farm. Chen is more than
They know to keep him locked down.
Instead,
they're keeping him locked down. They know what they've got to do.
This is what happens,
and they're doing the job.
When you establish a psychological advantage, everyone panics and goes, "Oh crap, we need to get the next item so we can fight."
Yeah.
And then everyone, like you've got Timbersaws taking the carries farm, you've got Chen taking the carries farm. It's just that's the advantage of like a massive psychological advantage. Just makes the team fall apart sometimes.
Wow.
Chen pops his ulti just to save his own skin.
Yeah, they know now. This is where MSG need to go in and cause another team fight. Why they don't have it?
Yeah.
Luna's got this invisible,
sort of.
She's just gonna be in the middle of this team and pop her ulti.
Well, Luna, it's changed. Look. Luna's changed her mind again. Look, she's got a Demon Edge and a Javelin. She's not getting Satanic, guys.
She's gonna get
She's getting MKB.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, there it goes!
Down goes the Chen. He just explodes. Down goes his creep as well. Luna's
I know why.
MKB's run out.
I know why she's got it.
We're going to see her just push out this lane and head in for racks and top lane.
Oh, poor Dazzle.
She's
concerned about blinding.
Too good. This Dazzle is too good.
Sven's going to go down.
The MKB is for the
coming out to try and block down this creep wave.
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to call it, guys. I do believe it's GG. MSG, they're just powering along. Wow, I do not know why they did not just push them to racks.
That Monkey King bar is for Keeper of the Light, because he has an 80% miss chance with Blinding Light if you get hit by it. And Luna's obviously not keen on...
Okay, yep.
Yeah, that's
not when she's
they're going for that Roche.
Because Luna is actually an incredibly squishy carry.
Assault Curious.
The only reason Luna can carry so well is because she does have that massive advantage on the damage. She's got so much damage she can lifesteal so effectively.
Yeah.
An interesting thing, I'm pretty sure
So,
that bouncers give you lifesteal.
Trying to snatch the Aegis.
Yeah, that's right. It's worth a try. I've actually found in a game like this, it's actually possibly more worth letting them have the Aegis and making sure you get the last hit on Rosh. Or if you can go for both, go for both. But
Yeah.
I always try and get the last hit on Rosh because then it drops slightly sooner than they expect, so they're not ready to click.
Definitely.
But yeah, I was actually talking about Rock, one of our other casters. The other day I was talking about with him, those level 1 ganks that you see nowadays that are happening a lot are purely for psychological advantage. A level 1 hero is worth barely any XP whatsoever, especially when it's spread across 5 people. There's a small amount of first blood gold, but you can't guarantee that's going on a carry and not a support, which, you know, if it's on a support it really doesn't count for all that much.
Yeah.
It's purely psychological.
Well, I don't know if you just saw what I saw. I don't know if you just saw what I saw too, guys. This Chen, I would have to say it is one of the reasons why it's killing Sven. Sven was in the farm, going for it, Chen comes along, wants that creep, it's just took it.
Yeah.
So I really don't think Impact is really looking at the fact that their hard carry is not their hard carry anymore.
Yeah, that's right. I think they've shifted
just...
and they've put Kunkka in number 1 and Sven in number 2, but still, you've got to get out of the way for your number 2 and your 4.
You do. Well, this Kunkka's got DD, he's picked up his Demon Edge, so he's almost got his Daedalus. It would be good to see if they could do something with his double edge.
If they get the right synchronization on their team fight, I think they do still have a chance. It's just going to be hard, because they do have the Aegis on the bristleback. I think they want to wait. If they can wait out the 6 minutes, that's in their favour.
Tinker has the Ghost Scepter. Oh, the Ethereal Blade, I should say.
Oh, that's someone dead. Easily. If he has Ethereal Blades,
Tinker is definitely,
that's a death sentence to pretty much anyone.
I do believe he will be going for other Keeper with that, because Keeper's been given Tinker quite a little bit of the pootsies with keeps just surviving just that little bit. So I do believe he'll be going for Keeper to get Coddle out of that initiation with that Illuminate and with that Blinding Light. With the little bit of damage that they are taking now from the Keeper and maybe killing one of them or two of them, I reckon if Tinker shuts down Keeper of the Light, they're not going to have anyone. What's your thoughts on that, Bakeley?
I think the Keeper of the Light is definitely a target that they want to go for, but also taking down the Kunkka, who is really their only source of right-click damage right now, but he's not that tanky. Even though his strength gain is great, he's still less than 2k health. And his armor's setting only 7, so I think with the magical damage and the burst, I think focusing him so that he can't cleave his way into, you know, knocking down the supports and carry or two.
Wow, they just got Sven just wasted his ult for that kill on a Dazzle. He really wanted that kill, guys, and he got it, but at the price of his ulti, he didn't need to use it.
Yeah, but it does sort of hold off the push coming from the side of MSG, because without that Dazzle, without that Shallow Grave, Luna probably doesn't want to go in just in case. Although, I'm pretty sure that she has Aegis.
Yeah. I do believe that. They're just letting Tinker push and march. He's getting farm. Luna's getting farm. Luna's got her MKB now. So, you know, she's just getting her farm around. She's got a Satanic recipe. She's almost got a Reaver. I believe they're waiting for that Satanic, and they're going to push for the win.
Just a rough math calculation.
12k ahead of Kunkka in terms of net worth.
Oh wow! Just a rough math calculation.
Yeah, she almost 3 hits him
with a little bit of rounding early on, so it isn't entirely accurate. Bear in mind, we've got approximately 2,353 burst damage coming from Tinker.
Tinker, as I just said, Ethereal Blade, insane. Keeper, and killed him with a dagger.
That's accounting for the 40% on the 40% extra damage on the Ethereal Blade. So that's conditional on him Ethereal Blading before he does anything else.
That's still a lot of damage coming from one tiny little hero.
Yep, that's anybody dead.
Well, here they go. Here, Kunkka is just smashing and pushing this lane. It's now hitting that bottom tower. Kunkka's going to try to sit there and get rid of him very quickly.
and Tinker's going to jump in on him. Or he manages to kill that creep before Tinker gets the TP in. So I think that's a good...
That's something that's a very good move when you see that. People taking out the creep that people are TPing to.
This is...
Oh, we got a boat coming
He's
down.
thrown a boat, but he's gone in with nearly under half health. And there goes...
That's definitely not what you want.
They keep hitting him. I'm not really sure what the plan is.
There it is.
And now, Dagon.
There's the keeper of the
light. You were absolutely right there. Aton's targeting the keeper of the light. So that's 3 down. They're all still absolutely full health, and they're going to push through and get racks out of this. We're probably going to see a GG call coming out from it. Impact.
Yep, so we got the
blade. Tinker, he's got no mana though.
He can Dagon.
It has been a beautiful game, Boakley and Silk. I think MSG just came out that bit over top. We're going to see a GG here. There it comes from Chen. GG, MSG, Victor over Impact.
Absolutely.
Congratulations to MSG, and really, as great as the Dazzle played, I think give MVP to this Luna. She farmed like a mad woman.
Yep, she knew her job.
So well in terms of keeping up net worth.
Absolutely. You don't very often...
though, she wouldn't have stayed alive a couple of more times as it is without that Dazzle, though.
That's right, but you don't very often
kudos to the supports.
That's right. Well, in tournaments, you don't very often see 665 gold per minute, though. That's obscene for a tournament.
Huge in a competitive format. 665 gold per minute. That was higher than her XP gain. And she was the highest level.
Well, I like to give my little MVP to a support. Makes us still feel loved and special.
No, Dazzle did his job.
7-0 with 14 assists, no death for the team.
I'd also like to note that the very important thing is he doesn't have any kills either, which means he was timing his heals not to KS.
That's what I mean. He was just doing it perfectly. I said, my MVP goes to Dazzle.
Because I personally, when I'm playing the support, if I've got a kill, that's a mistake. Unless I know that was a 1v1. You know, it was me versus them on my own in an obscure part of the map.
Yeah, or you were healing your hero to keep him alive before he died.
No, then I think you should time it better.
So guys, this wraps up the first match of MSG versus Impact, and make sure you guys stick around because this is a best of 3, so whether you're watching on Twitch, whether you're watching on Dota TV, make sure you check us out. I'm Boakley, joining me was Pythons and Silk, and we are part of 4 States Casting. So check us out, jump on our Twitch stream, and it's got links to all our different pages, our Facebook, our Twitter. Come check us out, say hi, and we'll be happy to have a chat and talk about all things Dota, because that is what we're passionate about. So make sure you guys stick around. We got Game 2 coming up right now.